my God. Boop, 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 boop. Mine is.
Good evening. Welcome to WTF with Tracy and Friends. It is Wednesday, April 19th, 2023. Can you believe it? Already.
Feels like we just did this.
No, it does feel like we just did this.
39 days
Take
left
two,
of school.
guys. It's like Groundhog's Day.
Yeah. Look,
yeah,
kids,
we were
Big
having
Ben,
some
Parliament.
Technical difficulties. Big Ben Parliament. Well, I love that movie, by the way. National Lampoon's European Vacation.
Yes.
Some of you may not be old enough to remember that.
I can't get left.
I just can't get left. It's a great movie. Anyway, welcome back, Allie and Pat. We missed you last week.
We
and
did.
Please welcome our amazing guest, Diana Tomosi from Next Step Fitness.
Hi.
Girls, we did miss you last week. And before
I'm
we
so
get
sorry.
into our interview with Diana, we just have to talk quickly about last week. Like, amazing show with Paula and Jack Biger of Let There Be Health. If you didn't see it, give it a watch on YouTube. It was such an inspiring show,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Her story, I don't want to spoil it for you, but basically they started a charity to assist people looking for alternative holistic treatments for cancer, and they financially help people
I think
looking to
that's
do that.
so great because, like, I know people who are dealing with things that are not cancer related but other medical issues that they would just prefer, like, the acupuncture or the holistic
Right.
approach to things,
It's
and
not
they have
covered.
to pay all of it out of
Yeah,
pocket.
nothing like
I think
that
it
is
should be a-
covered by
It
insurance.
should be a more broad, like, I think it should just be an acceptable, covered
Right.
option.
100%. Because a lot of it is your frame of mind. And if
Yeah,
that's what you believe can heal you, there's a chance it can.
right.
And, we learned from Paula last week that, treatment is not just medical or medicine, it's mental, it's spiritual,
For sure.
and physical. Like, it's a combination of all of that. So if you didn't watch it, it's really worth your time if you want to take a look at that. But they are having an event to support their charity. It's on May 13th at the Aurora Ballroom
Where is that?
at the German American Society in Yardville.
Nice.
They are having the Britain's Best New Jersey. It's a Beatles tribute band. So they're going to be performing. It's dinner and a show. I think it's catered by Pete's Steakhouse.
It's not this
Oh, wow.
weekend. It's next weekend,
It's
right?
May 13th.
May 13th, so that's a couple weekends.
Saturday,
from
May
now.
Oh, I like
13th. So
that.
I am so not on.
I'm trying to share with you.
I know,
we're
you
going to
really
go. Pat and I are going.
We are
You
going.
guys should check it out. Join us there. We're going to have a good night. It's like a fun night out. So if you're interested, you can find tickets on eventbrite.com for that.
Right, Tracy, you asked, I'm so loud. Oh, goodness. She's like, do you like
Make
the
it up for my
Beatles? I was
lack
like,
of being
who
loud.
doesn't like the Beatles? Who doesn't love the Beatles? Just saying.
And I think he said they're reenacting the Beatles.
Ed Sullivan show
First,
appearance.
yes.
Yes,
Oh,
they're,
stop it, really?
they're
Yeah.
doing like
so
that's
fun.
a reenactment of the actual show.
That's cool. I told you it wasn't on. It should be a really fun.
Do you wanna move down there? We are
Yeah, do you want me to move? Or no, never mind.
we are fraught with technical difficulties today. I mean, I don't know what. No. What in the astrological event is happening? Because
Mercury retrograde.
Mercury retrograde, amongst other things, I believe.
Yes, there's a plethora.
You guys are saying it's full moon?
It's
No, it's a new moon, actually.
been a shit show. I don't know. I don't know, but we're going to get through this. Anyway, do me a favor while we're getting situated over here.
There's a mic
Please
problem.
like,
That's still
give
not
us a
on.
follow, share the Facebook page. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, all the shit on the bottom of the screen. Thank you.
I'm on.
Are we on, ladies?
I'm on.
We're
I'm
on.
on.
Everybody's
I
on.
don't know. Am I on, not on? I just
I don't
hear
think
myself.
you're
I don't think I'm on again. This is very upsetting.
You've been canceled.
You've been canceled.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We didn't tell you.
That's okay.
I hear you.
What happened?
Did we not hear her?
Okay, so maybe they can hear me.
All right. Well,
Oh, yeah, that it's on.
But that
Ruben
doesn't-
finally made an
Bye-bye.
appearance on your show.
I know. Ruben, wave to the
It's on now.
fans. Wave to the people. That's Ruben. Awesome. Thanks.
Cameo
Ruben.
by Ruben.
Gosh, all kinds of problems tonight with my
I
mic.
know. Diana, you joined us
Good
on a
enough.
great night. Well, I am so glad you're able to come in. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
It's my absolute pleasure. Diana and I are really great friends. We met when our boys were in kindergarten. And, you know, they're great friends now, and we're great friends. And she was my trainer, and she has Next Step Fitness. So tell us about Next Step Fitness. How long have you been doing Next Step Fitness?
It's been 6 years now. I started out working at Team 85, and then I kind of slowly transitioned into my own basement. So it just seemed like a better fit for me. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a horrible salesperson. And working in a gym, they want you to sell, and that's just not my thing. So I don't sell fitness. I was there, and if you need help, I'm here. But I didn't really like the at the time. I'm sure it's changed because of technology now, but they wanted you to like approach people on the treadmills, and like I know how I am if I'm in the gym, and I want
Yeah.
to be left alone. I don't
That
want
used to be the
somebody-
worst part
Yeah,
about going
don't
to
talk
the
to me
gym.
while I'm
I
at the
want
gym.
some
Oh, and now I'm
trainer,
really
like,
loud.
I have an orange
Yeah.
shirt on that says trainer. I'm pretty sure you know who I am.
Right.
And if you need me, you'll
Right.
come to me. So I
Yeah.
just didn't like that. But and I also liked my son they were 4 at the time, so I really wanted to be able to be home more. Like the schedule was not conducive. So I was kind of flip flopping back and forth between like training clients there and then going home, and it wasn't happening. So it's much better for me to work out of my home, and I love it.
So before you were even at Team 85, you were in the corporate world,
I was.
right? And
I worked in insurance out of college. That was my long story short, my bachelor's is criminal justice. So I wanted to be a police officer, DEA. That was my path. I was dating my husband at the time, and he was not okay with that. So I kind of
switched gears.
Yeah, switched gears a little bit. And we decided to get married and have a family. So I compromised and said, okay, I'm not going to go into the law enforcement. He was very concerned with my safety. And looking back, I understand, the
Valid,
perspective on
yeah.
that. But so I took the job in corporate. Miserable. Like, I can understand where my son hates school so much because I probably hated the corporate world more than my son hates school, and that says a lot. So, like, the torture of me sitting in cubicle land, as I called it, it's
Totally
great,
understand
but
that.
I have ADD. I can't. They used to move my cube around because I would get in trouble for talking, and they would move me, and I was like, well, I'm going to make friends with that person, too, so I don't know what your goal is, but unless you put me, like, on an island by myself, I'm going to be talking.
Unless they
to
give you
someone.
that corner office,
Right,
you
give you
know,
the
with
corner
the
with the big
windows, with the
windows.
great
Just
view.
windows.
So it just was not my thing. But I stuck it out for 9 years, and then I got pregnant, and I was looking into going to grad school for counseling. My passion was always helping people. That's why I wanted to go into law enforcement. So I looked into that, and just wasn't going to be conducive financially to go back into the whole school loan debt. And finally, I said to my husband, listen, I gave up the one dream. I gave up the counseling. I'm going to do something that I really feel passionate about. So I was kind of a stay-at-home mom, helping my friends work out, and I always was into that. My dad taught me how to work out at a very young age. He's 72 and still works out like 6 days a week. So I said, I'm going to do this, started studying, and then it just kind of, I started out just training my own peers, like the mom group, and I would go to like the mom's club and bring kettlebells and yoga balls and stuff. I would go to people's houses, and then it sort of transferred into what I do now.
And now it's in your home.
In my home, right. I mean, I do like some team training like for my son's stuff now, but basically I'm out of the house.
Well, you do a lot of training for your son's sports teams. Like
I
he
did
plays
for-
like
mhm.
every different,
Right.
every sport you can imagine
He's-
he's involved in, and
Yeah.
you're involved in, and you do a lot of coaching
Oh,
and
yeah.
training
Help, mhm.
for the team. So you do a lot of that.
It's been nice to work with the younger kids because it started from like moms to like now a lot of 16, 17, 18, and even like some 10, 11, 12-year-olds. So it's nice.
And you have a really wide demographic of,
Right.
of clients. You
Mhm.
have older individuals as
Mhm.
well, and
Mhm.
everything in between. So
Yep.
you have from like
10,
10
I think 10
to
would be, 10. I have 2 like young twins, and the people I was with before, they're siblings. 3 kids come together. So they're like 10, 12, and 14. Like siblings come together. So it's great to do them all together. And then I still have a remote FaceTime client who's older in her 70s. She's not bedridden, but it's easier for her to stay home. So I'm able to work with her remotely.
Me too. It's easier for me to stay at home.
Let's do that, Tracy. All right, let's do it.
No, I ultimately
Chairs
had
Zumba.
to stop lying to myself and realize I'm not a morning person and I'm miserable working out at 6 a.m. I
You
wanted
did it.
to be.
You did
I
it.
really wanted to be the 6 a.m. workout girl, but I couldn't. I was miserable. I just could not continue on that path.
It would have broken up our friendship. If we had continued in that path.
She is a bully now.
Oh
That's
my
why I go
goodness.
into work at 12, so I can work out before.
Oh, see,
Okay.
I'm up at the
later
ass
in the
crack of dawn.
day. I can't do it.
Oh,
I
no.
really wanted to. I tried.
No,
I
I'm
tried.
not
I
a morning
so long.
person.
I used to be the 5 a.m. kickboxing every day.
5 a.m. is nighttime to
And
me.
now I can't do it anymore. I mean, I could.
I'm up every morning, 5 o'clock.
Then again,
know.
I do work till 8, after 8 at night, so
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just,
And for me, I feel like I do my best work in the morning regardless of what it is. Like I'm most productive. Like even if on a Saturday, right? I'm still up at 5. Like I'll get up, I'll do my workout, and I get all my cleaning done, and I get schoolwork done, and I'm just most productive in the morning. So that's what works for me. But
Yeah. I think I'm most productive afternoon, ideally.
I'm not productive.
Like I would say around noon.
Noontime.
Like I like to get up in the morning and I don't like anybody to talk to me. I just like
I'm the same
quiet.
way.
I really like I get up before everybody. I just need to regroup. I
That's how you recharge.
do my meditation now. I have my coffee and just like I don't like anything on. I just like
you're coming
the-
back to me.
the quiet, the silence. It comforts me. But anyway, you are a tremendous trainer, and your ability to tailor to a client's specific needs is, I think, right, first and foremost for you.
Right, you have to meet the person where they are. So if someone comes to me and they're just starting out, I'm not going to have them jumping on plyo boxes because that's going to result in injury and also make them feel frustrated. Like people need small successes to stick with something. So if I make them feel really frustrated, they're going to be like, I can't do this, game over. So
You have the amazing ability to modify things, but yet push the person. Like so many times, I'd be like, I can't do that. There's no way I can do that. And you're like, yes, you can. You can do it, and you're gonna do it. And I did.
You
Like
did.
things I was like I never thought I could do. So thank you for that.
thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Plus, I think I got to know you better because that's the other part of like when people come to my home, it's like I become more of a friend. Like they become a family. It's different than the gym atmosphere. Like
It
you're
is.
walking
Oh,
in my
yeah.
home, so
It
it's
is,
way
yeah.
different than
We're in her
the
home. She has
relationship.
an amazing setup in the basement, and part of it too. Her son Brady is home sometimes in the morning for your morning sessions. And do you think he will be a trainer at some point?
He's been saying it since preschool now. So
Oh, really?
yes, and I will say, if I could say, like he will never work with computers. Him and Cole are exactly opposite. He needs people. So I do think that in whatever he does, it will be with people.
Yeah.
And he likes to help people. So I said you can sky's the limit for you, kiddo. Like you want to do, if you like sports, there's so many avenues.
Oh yeah.
PT, sports medicine, athletic training. There's,
He is so cute. He would always, come down during my sessions, and he'd be talking to me, and kind of like your little assistant,
he warms the people up a little bit.
Yeah, like you'd be, doing something, and he's like, "All right, why don't you do this?" Like telling me what to do. The best story. One day, if it's nice out, she brings the workout outside too. So that
that's
was
fun.
that's nice.
always breaking it
outside
up,
workouts,
making it
always good.
different, keeping it fresh and interesting and engaging. But so on a nice day, my warm up would be running laps around the neighborhood.
Oh, there's no running
So-
involved. Stop
Well,
that
it could
right
be a
now.
walk run. It's fine.
Yeah, no.
Well, right, but I would be like, I'm
Well,
a
what if you
badass.
push
I got to
yourself
jog around the corner.
Right, but I can't jog like from
Well,
here to that door.
As soon as I would turn the bend.
Then you start walking.
Right.
turn the
You made
bend,
it look
I
good
would
for a good
do
10
my-
feet.
I would
Whip
do my
out
speed walk.
your little sippy cup of margarita.
Yeah. No, but I would stop sometimes and do my speed walk. Well, here comes Brady in the Power Wheels.
No way.
In the Power Wheels behind me. And he's like, hey, get back to running. I'm going to tell my mom you were walking.
I'm going to tell my mom.
He was
That's
like,
hysterical.
He
That's
was.
great.
He's a little snitch.
He was
a
gonna
little
tell on you.
mole, and he would, follow me in that damn
And he's
Power
Noah's
Wheels.
age?
So
Cole's age.
Oh, he's
10.
Cole's
Yeah,
age.
yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, he was, I don't know, 7, 6, 7,
six,
whatever.
seven.
Do they go to school together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
they're actually in the same class this year.
Yeah. So it was just,
And then the
I will
bagel
never
story.
forget that.
Poor
Oh,
Tracy.
yeah.
She's out there doing her thing, and he had the bagel. He's eating his bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese sitting on the floor right in front of me eating his bacon, egg, and cheese.
No.
Oh, like, I love you, Brady. I love you.
Oh my goodness.
Love you.
He's like, "Do you want some?"
Do you do the nutrition piece too?
So that's interesting. I am certified nutrition consultant. I'm not a dietitian. I am not a nutritionist. The first thing our teacher told us is do not tell people what to eat and what not to eat. Because first of all, if I do, it's going to result in failure. So I try to guide and tell people, but I'm not going to tell people, like, give you a strict eat this, this, and this.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I got
mean,
you.
I get
So-
that. As soon as someone's like, "Don't eat that," I'm
Right.
like, "It's literally the only
Now you
thing
want
I can
it.
think
Right.
about."
The only thing you can think
I
about.
will say I tell people add extra healthy things to their diet first. Don't take things out, because if you love pizza and I tell you not to eat pizza, how's that going to work?
I think that's
Right.
You know,
important.
that's
Yeah, yep.
good.
Yeah.
It's miserable. So let's focus on adding some more wholesome foods to make you feel full, adding more fiber. Protein's a huge problem for women. We need to be getting 20 to 30 grams per meal, and most of us are not, and that kind of stuff. So I do the guidance of it, but not telling
Gotcha.
you what not to do.
You do a really good job, though, also of, you know, everything in moderation. Like, eat the food you love,
Yeah.
but if it's an unhealthy food, just, you know, don't deprive yourself, but have a little bit. And you're a
Right.
phenomenal cook. This one can throw down in the kitchen. She is an amazing cook. So
Well, where was our food tasting
Yeah.
today?
I know. What's going on?
she would have.
I would have brought catering trays in.
She would have brought a spread like you would not believe. Like, she's crazy. So you're, you know, in the kitchen cooking
It's
everything,
kind of not
serving
nice
it up.
sometimes for the I know. Sometimes my clients have complained about that. Like,
Well.
I'm walking in here to work out and you're always cooking. I'm like, but again, I have to feed my family. So like,
Absolutely.
Oh,
it's
people
not
have to
always the
eat.
most convenient time,
Right.
but you know, they walk in, smell some things cooking that are craving, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Get up there,
I
just
get
keep
it.
moving, keep it."
Yeah, keep going. Get down there. Get on the treadmill or get on that rowing machine. You, by the way, made me kind of fall in love with rowing. I've never done
Are you
rowing
still rowing?
before. No, I'm not. But I do.
Love it, but I don't do it.
I love that for me.
I love you, Trace.
Yeah, if I had one, I would do it. But you know,
Well, when I get a new one, I'll give you mine, okay? So then it'll be
Whoa.
gift it to you.
I really like that. I was like, you know,
Oh, I thought
hate
you meant I
that-
really like that you're gonna give me.
She's looking out for
I
you.
just
Right.
hate running. No. I would love that. I did like
It's
the
very
rowing.
therapeutic, like the sound of it, right? It kind of goes like, but then I
Sounds like
usually-
the ocean. Like
yeah. Unless I
Yeah.
come behind you, I'm like, I want you to row like
Little
you're rowing
faster?
a shark. Like, not like you're row your
Oh, she would be like, row like your son is drowning and you have to get
my
to
God.
him
Oh
to
my
rescue
Get a
him.
visual there.
God.
So with that, because like I think about rowing and my workout, I do Peloton. I have my Peloton. How do you feel like has your business changed with all these internet and online subscriptions that you
So,
can
it's so
get
interesting.
now?
I was talking to Tracy about that. No, it hasn't actually, because
Okay.
I encourage my clients to do Peloton or anything they like, whether it's
Yeah.
Beachbody. There's amazing apps out there and there's amazing
Yeah.
things. And all we have to do right now is Google anything, and you can find a plethora of, you know.
Okay. So you don't think it's like
It's not a
impacted?
competition.
No, it's definitely not.
Because it's different. Like, the Peloton is great, and it's somewhat interactive because the trainer is talking to you.
Right.
But the trainer doesn't know your kids' names, or doesn't know
Right.
that you
Right.
didn't sleep last night, or that you're
Yeah.
studying for your grad school. That's the difference. And,
like
you
the
know, like I said, we can always
face-to-face.
Google things of how to, they can give you tutorials step by step on how to do a kettlebell swing.
Right.
You know, so some people would think, well, trainers aren't needed anymore, and maybe for some, that's true.
Now, a lot of
But,
people
like,
say they need accountability.
Right.
Well, the
Yes.
accountability and like I would love to know if my form is
Form is
wrong or
Right.
right, or if I'm doing something like so. That is one thing I do miss about going to the gym or going to my kickboxing classes, like the face to face and the adjustments and the
Right.
the things that the trainers can
Right.
really give you that you can't get from someone on a screen in
Right.
front of you, while you're doing your
Right.
bike or the rower or whatever.
But it's important for you to have the Peloton. Like, I always tell people, like, whatever you're going to do here, whether it's 2 days a week, 3 days a week, you got to do something else
in
too.
between.
So if you like
Right.
Peloton, go for it. If you
Right.
like Beachbody, go for it. Just make sure that you're keeping it fun and,
Yeah, I think fun is the most important part
Mhm.
for sure.
Keep you interested, yeah. I'm really happy though that you're your business survived through COVID. You know, so many small businesses
Yeah, were you able to
didn't
keep
make it.
clients?
Like,
throughout
how
the
did
whole
you
COVID?
make it through COVID with your business?
So there was about a 2-week period where it was just like nothing.
Nothing, right?
I
We
mean,
were
we were all
locked
kind
in
of
the
scared,
house.
and I remember like going out and driving too, and like there was the ghost town feeling, and then I put a sign on the door, like it was just sad. And Brady would wake up because sometimes it's an adjustment for my family having people in my home 7 days a week. It hasn't always been easy for the past 6 years for my husband, who also works 2 jobs like 7 days a week, and Brady having literally strangers who then become family in his home. So he would kind of go from complaining a little bit, and then he's like, "Where's your clients?" And the
So,
next
like,
day he's
nothing,
like,
yeah.
"Where's your clients?" And I was like, "They're gone." And I remember this like sadness of like not knowing, like I didn't know
Right.
if it
How
was
long
ever
is this gonna go on
Right.
for?
It was really, really hard. But about, I would say 2-3 weeks, I started to reach out to people and say, "Listen, if you feel comfortable, we can go outside." If you remember during COVID, we were really fortunate, the weather.
It was
It was
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Yes.
It was so gorgeous,
It
right?
was.
So we were able to get outside. So I did that with anyone who was comfortable. And then I started doing FaceTime sessions. So that's when that opened up a whole new, I hadn't done that before. So
Yes.
I started doing, and that worked out really well.
So now you do that, you do your regular sessions, and things are great. Tell us some of the challenges that you face with your business.
Well, I mean, I love what I do, so I don't feel like I work because I love what I do, if that makes sense. And I keep telling my son that, like, don't, like, try to just find what you love, and then you don't feel like you're working. So that's great. Like, that's, because I did that whole rotting away in cubicle
Yeah.
land and knowing this is not where I want my path to go. I don't want to have a job. I want to have something I feel passionate about. So I love my clients. Sometimes they love me, sometimes they hate me. But the only thing that I would say is difficult is my schedule. Like, I work early in the morning, I work late at night. I work Saturday, I work Sunday. Like, there really is no break. And people keep telling me, like, I'm like, I can take time off, but I also feel an obligation to be there for my clients because I have to be available when you're available, not when I want to be available. I have to be there, like, people when they have childcare, when they have their downtime, right? So
Yeah.
that can affect my own downtime, my own family. I don't get a lot of family time or me time.
That goes to show, though, how dedicated you are to
Yeah.
your clients.
I love
And
them.
that's awesome, yeah.
You do.
What do you love most about Next Step Fitness?
I love my people. Like, they're literally like my family.
Yeah,
They
they
literally
are.
have, like, come into my life, and they're just amazing. And seeing them, like, everyone comes in, almost everyone, in a mood of some sort, a rough day, and then they leave and they're smiling. And that's good. That's a good feeling.
You unlock their endorphins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get them going.
Those workout endorphins are the best.
They are.
And then some people have made friends in my gym too, and they've actually, like, they ask about each other. Like, they'll be like, "Oh, how's so-and-so doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're good." And then they'll, like, hug in their face. It's just really heartwarming.
Yeah.
So I
Do you
love
do
that.
group sessions too?
I do, small groups. Like, the most I've ever had is 4 at once,
Okay.
just because of equipment usage.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, like I said, I'm not a Group X instructor, so I want to be able to say, like, "No, you're doing that wrong." And
Yeah.
or,
That's
so
awesome.
keep it small.
Very cool.
And then another thing you did, like, you don't work out with your clients, right?
Not really. I will do, like, little things like abs or something where I don't have to really focus on them. If they're struggling with it, I will kind of do some jump squats to keep them motivated. But I do, when I was at Team 85, I was told by our bosses, do not do that. It's looked down upon, it's unprofessional. We're not Group X instructors, you're personal trainers. So you need to be watching them and motivating them, but making sure that their knee's not going over their toe and they're engaging properly. So to do that yourself, then someone's going to lose something, like,
Yeah.
I just can't. do
But I
it.
kind of like that because I feel like if you were doing the workout with me, I would be like comparing myself to maybe the trainer
Exactly.
or
So
Yes,
her expert
absolutely.
level.
expert
Yes.
level. I'm like, oh,
Right.
well, and it might push me a little bit harder, but I might also
Right.
like hurt myself or
Right.
think less about myself because
Right,
I'm not
right.
doing it as good as maybe the trainer next to me doing it. So I think I would appreciate maybe not having
It's
that.
interesting. I think some people feel the opposite, where they're like, "Well, I want to see you be tortured too," and I'm like, "Because
Oh.
listen, when I work out, it is not pretty. I am like literally, I sweat, and I'm like,
Yeah.
So when I'm like, yeah, I can't breathe. That's why I feel for them when they're. But I want people to know that it's okay.
Yeah.
You're not get comfortable being uncomfortable.
No,
Ah,
and that's
how
good,
many
like the
times I say
one-on-one,
that?
because like I'm the
Gotta
same.
get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like I get sweaty.
Yeah.
Like I know people who can work out and
I
like
know,
literally
I'm a
go to
sweater.
work right
I
afterwards.
know.
No, I
No,
like sweat,
hair
so I get
drenched,
yeah,
yeah.
so I get
Yeah.
very self-conscious. So I do like that one-on-one
Yeah.
where you don't have to worry about like the other person being like,
Right.
oh, look at you're disgusting or something. Not that anyone would ever do
No.
that, but so
Everyone's
it's
someone in their own
nice.
zone anyway,
Yeah.
but I know we're our own worst critic. But yeah,
It's so true.
I just say focus on your own breathing and like worry about you. It's funny when the siblings are together because there's always like a competition.
Oh, of course.
Run your own race. Run your own race. We all need to run our own race and stop worrying about. Because what somebody's good at, I'm not good at, and vice versa. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I was
Makes
never an
sense.
acrobatic kind of kid growing up. Like, I'm not that. I'm not super speedy, but I have endurance. So like,
Yeah.
we need to realize that. Like, focus on what you're good at. Stop worrying about what you're
Yeah.
not good at. You know, whether it's in school or health and fitness.
So important.
Don't
for sure.
compare. There's so much out there in social media now. Like,
It's the worst is
Oh,
like
yes.
when everyone thinks that whatever they see on social media is real life and that they need to be like
It's all fake.
even like fitness or not fitness or like just
Anything.
in general life on social media. I have this conversation with a friend almost every day. I'm like, what you see on social media, I was like, that's just 1% of their entire life. Like you're
It's what they want you to see.
exactly. I was like, you're trying to be what they are trying to make you think that they are, but they're not like that 99% of the time. But it's so like I feel like it's so detrimental to a lot of people.
It's awful, and people
It's
think it's
awful.
the news. I'm
And
like,
the
why are we
kids,
using
too.
TikTok as the
Yeah.
news?
right.
Like, and
Tracy.
Real news isn't even
Wait a
real
minute,
news.
but
There
did you
is
see?
none.
I had put it on Facebook the other day, and I was so frustrated because I got up early in like 3 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. Right, so I'm on down the rabbit hole of TikTok, and you know how they have the closed caption, right? The people, and I go, people think this is the news, and the
Yeah.
closed captioning isn't even spelled correctly.
Right. Yes.
Like, you can't even spell this right, but somebody's going to believe,
Yeah.
without researching it further, that this actually happened.
But how do you fix stupid? Like you just
I don't know,
you
but
I
like,
can't-
I can't
wonder
stand
that
it.
all
Drives
the
me
time,
nuts.
and I wonder if we're too far into stupid
I think you're
to
right.
To be
to fix
fixed.
it.
Yeah,
That's
like
really
they have to just
sad.
they have to just fail themselves, and hopefully they'll fail forward,
Well, 'cause
and
the
that'll be that.
younger
But
generation doesn't know what we know. Like this is all they know.
Right, that's all
Right.
they know
Correct.
is social media. They
Right.
don't know anything
So
else.
they-
I saw it
never
on
had
TikTok.
life
Really?
without it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel like
I
we're
mean,
lucky.
not only, it depends on even the news channels. If you want one specific news, you put on one channel. If
Correct.
you want the other news, you put on the other channel.
Right.
I want the middle news.
Right,
Yeah.
that's my problem with it, is that it's
Right.
not news, it's opinion
Yeah.
Correct.
television.
Yes.
I don't care
They're
what
only
your
giving
opinion
you
is.
No.
their side of what they want you
I
to
don't-
hear.
Correct. I don't care if it's Fox or CNN. You're getting their version
Their
of what they
opinion.
think. Right. It doesn't
It's
matter.
their opinion. I don't
Right.
want their opinion, I just want. the
Whatever
news.
happened? Can we
Just the
just
facts, ma'am. Just the
revive
facts.
revive Walter Cronkite?
Him and
wanted
Peter
to-
Jennings.
This is what I'm
Guys,
saying.
let's bring back, I want to
Bring back
a news
Walter
channel,
Cronkite.
Just the news.
Yeah,
Yes,
Jim Gardner.
just
Why
the
did he
news.
have to retire? I love Jim
Yeah,
Gardner.
just the facts,
that
that's all.
news.
Right. I just want Jim Gardner, and he retired.
Can we do that?
Maybe you could do that here. You could do.
Sid, maybe we could get him out of retirement.
And come here and just do
Just
the
the
news.
That would be amazing.
Yes, love Jim Gardner. Walter Cronkite, I would bring him back to life in a heartbeat
Let's do it.
if we could.
Maybe he's frozen somewhere.
We'll
He
get-
might be frozen somewhere.
We'll get
We
to
don't know.
that in a minute. I
Yeah.
want to talk about, you and I were on the John Brecco show 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago,
don't
'cause
even
I
know
forgot
what it
last
was.
week.
Was it last week? I don't know.
No, it was
No,
2
it
weeks
was-
ago. I
no.
was literally on my couch, forgot about
it
the
was
podcast.
last Tuesday we were
It
here.
was
Oh,
last
last
week.
Tuesday. Yes, it was last
Last
week.
Tuesday
Yes.
was like, it was a month ago.
Oh, he was great.
But we
I
had so much fun,
fun.
and I want to talk about what we talked about on his show.
I don't-
I'll get to that in
Oh,
a
I know
minute.
now.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait
okay.
a minute. I don't even know what you're talking about because half the stuff you were talking about wrestling stuff and I had no clue.
That's who I was talking to about it. I was talking about wrestling just the other day, and I was like, I had a whole conversation with somebody, and I couldn't remember with who. It was him.
I was just like twiddling my thumbs.
Sorry.
There's my voice I don't like. I don't know why anyone talks to me.
I said the same thing.
Right, it's
So what are
awful.
you alluding to?
Well, all right, we'll get back to
All right,
that
we'll get to
in a
there in a
minute. I
minute.
want to finish up with Next Step Fitness. What's next for Next Step Fitness? Like, what are your plans for the future?
So I think I see myself going more into life coaching eventually, and really
Fun.
combining
You.
it because
Yes.
as I'm getting a lot more clients of different age groups and stuff, I feel more of an obligation to help in a different way. Like I said, it's one thing. Fitness is like the easy part of it, right? Like anyone can do
Yeah.
a jump squat. Okay, we can work on that. But then the other part of it and how to keep people motivated and motivate them to achieve their long-term goals, and it's a whole nother thing. And helping people through life struggles is I think that's going to be one of the.
You need to promise me you're going to do that, because
Okay.
you would be such an amazing life coach. Like, we have like great heart to hearts. We have a lot of great conversations. And I think, I mean, you just saying that, like, that's your calling.
Yeah.
I think
But-
you'd be terrific
But I
at
did
that.
mention before, like, being a counselor was definitely one of my goals. So it's not, that path is not, I'm not going to take the traditional path at this point, but I think that using fitness and the connection of the two is going to.
Do it. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna be amazing at that. Well, when you start a new chapter, let's talk about it. Come back on, and
Okay.
we come back.
Of course.
All right.
I'm going to bring you guys food next time. I'm just going to.
She's gonna have her own
Yes.
TED Talk.
Please.
What are you doing next week? I'm just kidding.
You're here every Wednesday, right?
Every Wednesday.
You have to do one of those like TED Talks.
Erica's waving hi, by the
Hi,
way.
Erica. All right. So, thank you for coming in and telling us about Next Step Fitness. If anybody is interested, wants more information.
And you're in the Hamilton area, right?
Yes.
About what you do, where can we find you?
Oh, sorry.
I'm on Facebook. Just my name, Diana Tomosi.
Spell that for us.
DianaTomosi.
She spelled her first name. I go, that's not how you spell Tomosi. What is she doing?
What do you know? You're a math teacher. No?
I know, right? I'm like, what is she
You don't
doing?
deal
I
with
don't even
letters.
know
Oh
my
my
Facebook
gosh.
I mean, my Instagram handle. It's like Diana _ something. I don't know.
All right, but they can find you through Facebook.
Yes, Facebook and Instagram, or through Tracy. Word of mouth is really where it's at. That's why I started to do a website and I stopped, because my people it's just word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's easier.
If you can't
And
find
it's
her
more
on the Facebook, message me.
Mm-hmm.
DM me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever. You know where to find me. Okay. Well, that's great. I hope if you are on the fence thinking about doing something for your physical fitness, give it a thought. The personal training that she provides is really motivating, and the accountability, right? It's all about the accountability. So
It absolutely is. You have to be
check
accountable.
out Next Step Fitness. All right. Now,
Yes.
we were on John Brocco's show last week. We laughed so hard.
We did.
First of all, I brought in the fruit roll-ups. That's
That was
my-
fabulous.
It was so good, right?
It
My
was
mouth
so
is
good.
still
Yeah, it was really good.
So I've
watering
been
from
making
them.
these for everybody. It
You
was
make
like
fruit
a
roll-ups?
TikTok trend. Like I would never eat a fruit roll-up, but you get a fruit roll-up and then you put ice cream in it. We did mango sorbet and tahini, that Mexican seasoning, and it like freezes it, and it's crunchy. You should try it. Brady would love it, I
Okay.
think. You could use vanilla ice cream with
Okay.
any kind of flavor. Try that.
All right. I'm gonna do it.
I have a TikTok on it,
All right.
and you'll see how to do
So
it.
just any fruit roll.
Any fruit roll. If you can find them. I think I've been buying stock out of ShopRite
Oh God.
for the last
Bob
couple
Brannigan.
weeks.
Why?
Bob
That's why
Brannigan
there's
bought
no
'em all.
fruit roll-ups in Hamilton.
Right, that's why ShopRite is fresh out of fruit roll-ups.
My father said, tell the other girls to speak into their mics. He doesn't realize I was the one with the broken mic at the beginning of the show.
Herman, she got the only good mic in the house.
Oh my gosh, I had to
Her
fight
mic
for
broke.
it too.
I was going to share.
So we were, all right, so we did the fruit roll-up thing, and then we were talking about funerals,
We were.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yep.
right? And I've been thinking about it all week, and it makes me laugh every time. Can you tell us what your instructions are for your family?
Right. So I
to
told my
dispose of your
kids,
body.
my girls, and my son's only 14, so he probably knows, but I told the girls that when I die, that I want to be cremated. But when they are going to actually put me into the oven, that they
my gosh.
right, like when it really happens, I would like the crematorium to play very loudly. This
As
girl
she's
is on
rolling in.
fire by Alicia Keys.
Oh my.
Yeah, I think it's fabulous. It'd be
goodness.
great.
So
You know?
this song has been in my head all week, and
Very
every time I hear it,
Yes.
I just see her going
great.
through into the oven.
I mean, if they could let my kids be there when it happens, it'd be
No,
wonderful.
well, it's funny because talking.
You know, they do that in other countries, though.
I was
really? Yeah.
working out and I kept singing the roof, the roof, and I was like, "Fucking Patty."
right, gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, no, definitely. And spread my ashes on a beach at 7:30 in the morning when it's exactly
I want to be a
75 degrees.
tree. I want to be in one of those like bio urns.
Really?
Did you ever
That's
hear
kinda
that
cool.
you can get your ashes put into fireworks
What?
and they will
No.
set you off?
Stop it.
Yes.
Oh, that's a better idea. It's a way better
that's
idea.
really
It's probably very
right?
expensive.
Wait,
I didn't look
they
into
can
it. but
also make you into a diamond.
Yes.
I think I might want to be a diamond.
I did see that
Get
too.
out of town.
It's like $10,000, I think.
Yes.
for-
to make yourself into a diamond?
Yes.
Yes, I think
They
I might
crush
want to
your-
be.
Like my kids could wear me around their neck or something?
Yes.
There's a really funny episode of How I Met Your Father that has to do with that. So
That's
if anyone watches that
crazy.
show, it's really actually.
That's
really
nuts. Who
great
would have ever
episode.
thought?
Love that show, but I don't think I saw that episode.
Wow. I'm like in the diamond idea. Like, I'll leave it as an engagement ring for like.
For your two daughters to fight over. That's a great idea.
So here's this. Use it for an engagement ring for someone.
If you gain a lot of weight
Right.
before you die,
bigger diamond.
you can do 2 diamonds.
I could. That's right.
For your split personality.
Oh my goodness.
It's true. It's
You guys
true.
are wild.
I'm crazy. I think it's a fabulous idea.
Yeah.
This girl is on fire. Done.
I just all week I've been.
I'll
I
never
can't
listen to
get it
that
out of
song
my
the same.
head.
I don't want
know.
anybody to be like. I don't want them to be sad.
I just
Like,
have
it should
this
be fun.
awful visual in my head now.
You
and-
want a
Of her
party.
going in the kiln.
You
I
want a
do.
party.
Here's the thing. I don't
Celebration
really
of life.
like. I don't want to be put into a coffin because I have like. I'm afraid that I'm not gonna like that. But I'm gonna be dead. Like I totally get
Fire
that.
is perfectly
But then
fine.
right. I don't really want to be
Being
burned
alive.
And then
either.
just put you in like a
Right.
box, like a cardboard box the size of a coffin, and then
I have
Right. So I don't want to be burned either. But by the same token, I'm going to be dead. So I have to decide which one. Right. Like I have to understand I'm not going to feel this either way.
Yeah.
So, but it's neither option really appeals to me, to be quite honest
so
with you.
like I've told my siblings about the whole tree thing. I was like, but I love Christmas. I was like, make me a Christmas tree. And they're like, well, what if we put you somewhere and then someone like cuts you down? And I'm like,
What if they
"Ooh."
put
Oh, yeah,
you
don't do that.
somewhere and then
They
you become the tree at Rockefeller Center?
That would kind of be awesome.
What about
Yes.
that?
But that takes a long
Oh
time
my
to get
God.
to that point. So by the time you become the tree at Rockefeller, you could be like,
Could be like,
I just had all kinds of crazy ideas.
Those trees are like 100 years old.
Yeah.
so-
They are, but like,
Yeah.
do you ever see, you know what you could do with that? This is how messed up my mind is. Do you know those 3D glasses they give the kids at Christmas time when they look at the Christmas lights and it's like all Rudolph? It could be like all Allison's face on the lights. You could wear the glasses and then be like, there she is,
With
look.
a Santa hat on. And
Yes, yes. Be like,
Yeah,
look at that.
She'll be in her elf.
I love
That's
it.
how my brain
Because
works.
her favorite movie is
Oh,
Elf.
Buddy the Elf.
Yes.
She would be in her Buddy the Elf gear.
I
But
don't
now
even
kinda
see the
just
problem
wanna
right
know
now.
how to do this, like even if I'm not dead, like how do I get the 3D of my image on my Christmas lights?
Oh, well,
I don't know how they do it. They do it. Shady Brook
got a
Farm
guy for
sells
that.
the.
I
You
really
have a
do.
guy
I
for
got
that?
a guy for that. I have a
That's-
lighting guy, an outdoor lighting guy that does like holiday lights and things like that.
'Cause I would
Yeah, but
love
the
everyone to
image
have
comes from the 3D glasses, the ones you buy anyway at Shady Brook Farms.
Oh, so the image
So
is on the glass.
it's on the glasses. So like when you put the glasses on and then you look in the lights, like you'll see
Great, I'm gonna
Santa,
do-
you'll see this. So like your image would
Perfect.
have to be in the 3D.
You know what? I'm gonna
That's
do
even
this. It'll be
easier,
like one of
maybe.
those, like those free book things out in front of your house, but it'll have 3D glasses with my picture.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Drop
The,
a
the
book,
only the
pick
people with
up
the
a book.
glasses could see you. So like just your
Got it.
friends, if that's what you
Okay.
wanted. It wouldn't be
Oh,
like
give it
all
to
of
the
New
whole
York City.
neighborhood. It's fine.
Although if it were me, I'd want all of New York City to see me. Like, look, you're going bigger. Like, that's it. Like, you know what I mean?
Love
Go
it.
big or go home.
while this girl's on fire with jingle bells playing.
100%. I don't see the problem.
So then you also have specific instructions for spreading your ashes.
Yes. And I have a book in my nightstand. So if I drop dead, the kids know where to find the book. And
I
all my
posted
wishes
notes.
are
Well,
in
we
it.
know them now.
Yeah.
In your fridge?
We can help.
I have all my
Notes on my
songs there.
Oh, on the fridge. I realized I
I was going to say, who are you, Joey
But
Tribbiani?
we talked about this last
Yeah,
week. Like, it'd
well,
be really nice though. Like when you're being at my viewing or like, I always thought like, what if we were on the kneel, like when people kneel down and like it was a pre-recorded voice, like, "Thank you for coming." Right. Or I never really liked you.
Yeah, that's,
Like something like
Why
that.
are you
like,
here? Please
why are
leave.
you here?
Then
Please
if
go
someone
away.
has a button and they just
No,
have
I-
Right.
press,
or
right?
Me. Yes, help me. Get me the fuck out of here. Get me out of here.
that would freak
Right.
people out.
Oh my God, it'd be so funny.
So
It
many
made
good
me
ideas.
realize
This
I
is what I'm
you would
saying.
come.
I need to think about this. I need to think about my final arrangements, I guess, and then write down my wishes. You have like specific
That's so awful.
final
waiting
arrangement
for you.
wishes?
No.
I waited my whole life
I
for
tried
you.
to tell my husband I want my lashes done. So make sure that I'm laid out and get the girl.
Get the girl.
Get the girl.
Maybe we can get her over there because
That is
do
great.
not have me laid out without lashes.
That's so funny.
That's about it though. I didn't really think about it other than lashes.
Well,
Other than
Sean-
eyelashes.
Sean's co-host Chino was telling a story. Was it his uncle? Somebody in his family had a pre-funeral.
Yes.
Yes.
What did he call it?
I think it was
so
his
they can like
friend's
see
father.
who will show up. So
No,
they-
right. He was dying. Like he died like
terminally
6
ill.
weeks
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, like,
He was
right.
terminally
But they
ill, but
had the funeral
So
6
he could be a
weeks
part of it.
earlier.
Right.
And they were eulogizing him and everything. Like,
I think it's a
And
great idea.
actually tell the person while they're still here. Like, I
kinda
thought that
love
was,
actually. I love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was really.
That is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
That
Right.
is kind of cool. Do you
Story.
think more people show up than the actual funeral?
I don't know.
I would hope so. I mean, honestly, I did say this once. I said I want like a bouncer at my funeral because if you weren't here for me in my life, I don't want you there. So that's like something that's very
Yes.
important to me. Like if you couldn't make the time for me when things are good and we're all happy and healthy,
Right.
please don't do that. And then
Don't
leave them
bother.
alone.
So you're gonna have a list.
I want to have a
list
yeah.
at the
I want
door.
to have a list.
sorry, you're
I'm
not.
telling
on
you, make a
I'm
list of
right here.
people. Yes. Your invite list.
Yeah.
I don't
Right,
see
you
the
either make
name
the A or
down.
the B list.
Sorry, you're not on the list.
Don't ask the B
You'll have
list
to go to
people.
the back of the line.
Only
like a wedding
wait
list.
later.
If I don't get everybody here.
Bottle service in the VIP
yeah,
section.
VIP section.
Oh my God.
Well, that could be a whole new business, like
But it is
reinventing
like-
the funeral business.
Yes.
We could
We
be
put
on
the
to something.
fun funeral. Do you know, like,
That's no
I mean,
joke
think
though,
about it.
really,
Think
right?
about it,
my
guys.
husband is like, has this whole thing how funerals are so different anymore than what they used to be. Like,
He's not wrong.
no, like it's,
Yeah.
you know, and when we were growing up, it was the 2-day event. Like,
Yeah.
It was. You're right.
you had to go the night before for the viewing.
Sometimes
and
even 3 days,
Yeah.
too.
yeah, I remember sometimes there was 2 days of
A
viewing.
viewing, yeah, because I
I
think
think we did like an afternoon and
And an evening. That's what I was just gonna say.
The
Yep.
next day was the burial, which was always private, that like just immediate family.
Now it's
Right.
just wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Like,
It's
Yeah.
exhausting.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
that's
exhausting.
I actually attended a service on Monday, and she was 102 and a half years old to the
Wow.
day.
Oh my gosh.
But the vibe in the funeral home, I mean, it was just so nice. It was a huge family. They come from a huge family, but everybody was like happy, you know, telling stories about her. It wasn't sad and depressing. It was so loud and lively, and I was like, wow,
102.
this is how I
Yeah.
want my funeral
Yeah.
to be. You know,
That's crazy.
Don't be sad.
102.
Let's,
That's
you know,
nuts.
tell all the crazy stories about me, and you know,
No one should talk
celebrate
about
the
my
life.
crazy stories. I really hope nobody talks about any of that stuff.
Oh.
And
yeah,
just
you
keeps
take
that to
You
themselves.
take that to the grave.
Right. It's got to go right to the grave.
oh well,
Sorry,
I mean,
Mom.
Literally.
they will talk about it at the grave.
Right. They can talk, I'll be dead. It
Whoever-
won't make a difference. So.
Whoever outlasts her will be talking about it at the grave.
Literally. At the
I
grave.
better be the last to go.
And wait, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, you hear Jen? Like she's crazy. She's lost her damn mind. She's talking crazy. I think she's got dementia. She doesn't know what she's
Oh my
talking
gosh.
about."
Yeah, some of your stories will sound like that.
Some of my stories are crazy.
So will you be telling those stories at the incinerator?
Incinerator.
No.
Is that what it's called?
I call it the
incinerator?
kiln.
The kiln?
the oven, the incinerator.
oven.
If anybody knows the proper term for that,
A crematorium.
crematorium.
I think it's a crematorium. Dad, you're out there. You're in the funeral business. Come on, Dad. Speak up.
Of it, but I don't know.
What's the actual oven called?
I don't know. My father works for a funeral home, and they're watching, so I'm hoping
Oh,
he
Carmen,
answers me.
find out for us. Let us
I don't even know
know.
what it looks
Dad,
like.
what's the oven term
know
at
what
the
it looks like.
crematorium? Or does it?
There is a
We could have
funeral home-
Googled it. I didn't
delay.
even need to like ask my dad. I could have Googled it. Let's,
Right? We
Right.
all of a sudden forgot that Google exists.
right, exists. Right. I was back in 1985 all over again. All right, hold on. I'm Googling it right now. What is
There's actually a funeral home in
oven called-
Pennsylvania somewhere. They actually have the crematorium. It's at the funeral home. Like it's right there. Like one stop.
in Scotland? That's
one-stop
how it is.
Shopping. You don't see anything, but it's like a separate room, and they like do it
Oh,
on
okay. So
site.
there's a couple. The
terms.
cremation furnace,
Okay.
incinerator,
Oh,
I don't like that. That sounds like garbage.
the incinerator.
Right. Like I just got.
cremator,
The cremator.
and the cremation oven.
No kiln.
There's got to be something better than that.
He's so disappointed that
am.
Kiln wasn't on there.
I really am.
Well,
I'm putting it out in the universe. Kiln.
I mean, my
That's not a
oven
bad
at
idea.
home,
glazed like a ceramic.
my oven at home in the self-cleaning cycle might be able to cremate a human.
oh my goodness.
It tries to cremate your house.
I had to
It's
stop
scary.
it. I
No,
had
I
to stop
stopped
it
it.
in the middle of the cycle. The smoke that was
No,
building
can't
up
stop
run
it.
mine.
and the odor. It was unbearable, and the house smelled for 2 weeks.
Wow.
I mean,
Did
it
we
was-
talk about? I
Did it
feel like
work
I know
out?
this story already
we
because
talked
I
about
cleaned
it.
my oven last
Probably.
week.
And now I'm afraid to use the self-cleaning
I
cycle.
never. I
Don't,
haven't
just do
used
it
in
yourself.
20 years.
But it
I
does
just-
such a good job.
I'm not eating
No,
at
that was
your
the,
house.
that was
Go,
the
I'm not eating at
episode
your
of things that my mom thought was going to kill me.
I do. I
Jen
do.
hasn't
Oven,
cleaned
yeah,
her
the
stove in 20
self-cleaner.
No, I clean it,
Mom
not the
always was like,
self-cleaner.
"Don't burn the house down, don't ever use it." So
It is scary.
Speaking
in
of
there with
appliances, let's talk about appliances for 1 minute because you were just telling me today you have a washer problem.
It's our third washer in 12 years.
Wow.
That's because they don't
on my
make them
third
like they
oven.
used to.
Don't make
They
them
don't
like
make
they
them
used to.
Now we sound so old, but it's so true. I mean, this is like 12 years, and we're on our third round of all appliances.
So-
That's ridiculous.
That's
It is
crazy.
ridiculous.
This washer.
And then when the salespeople now tell you, well, don't buy the best one because it's not going to last.
Right.
That's pretty telling, right? So yes, I'm still waiting.
It's only 2 years old.
2 years, yes. And I bought the industrial strength one because we do a ton of laundry, and my husband has the, like the Dickie pans, the Carhartt, like they're heavy. So I know that our wash machine takes a beating, and apparently it's still. So I had a good guy come out that we've used before, and he was very honest, and he said, I think I figured it out. We thought so. He said, run a cycle after I leave. I did. No good. Came back. He said, it's a control board. Got the control board. Tried that. No good. And then he thought maybe it was a bad control board. So he got a new control board. Came back today. Still no good.
Wait a minute.
So we're
How
on,
many
like,
times
15
this guy
days
been
now.
out to your house?
This is the 3. And
They
it's
should have just
now
gave you a new washer
15.
for what they
15
paid the guy to come out.
15 days with no
So
wash.
yeah, this was before. So imagine all the laundry, right?
but it's out of warranty.
Wait,
It's
I
out
didn't
of
even have anything
warranty.
to say at that point. I was like, oh my god.
And I felt bad because he is very honest and all. And I called this other place. I'm waiting for a call back from them. They were supposed to call back 2 hours ago. They said they'll see if they can help me, but they're concerned now because we've already had someone else touch it.
Right.
So
Oh, but that voids whatever warranty.
there's
Oh,
no
that's
warranty on it, but the
horseshit.
guy said, I don't want to come into a mess. I said, well, it's really not a mess. He was very honest. Like, he didn't make a big mess of it. He just said, listen, I tried. I did my best. Find someone else. I don't know.
So because somebody else touched it, they might not want to touch it.
right.
What's that horse?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Listen,
And if anyone
I'm
knows
never
anyone,
replacing the
please tell me.
stove in my house now after this conversation.
Well, that's why I've had so many ovens. This is my third oven, too, because I
Right.
don't do the self-cleaning. So much builds up. I cook a lot. And the fire department has come quite a few
That's
times.
hilarious.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I just buy new ovens now.
Oh my
my
god.
husband and my father-in-law have rebuilt my stove and oven twice so far.
I will hire
Like-
them to do that.
Have taken all the guts out and rebuilt it.
Wow.
And he and I have fixed our washing machine, our dryer. We replaced the belts. We did our dishwasher twice, all through YouTube.
I was going to say,
Stop.
thank God for YouTube.
Really?
I fixed a couple things.
We watch, and then we're like, what did you get from that? And like,
I can't. I don't have the patience.
yeah.
Rob
I-
drew the line at the gas stove. He was like, absolutely not. Get off of YouTube.
Get it right. You don't want to
Gonna
blow up the
buy a new
house,
one.
right?
my father-in-law's an engineer, so he's really smart. So, like for
Is he
those
for
things,
hire?
he's in Florida right now, but he would probably help you. He's just a nice guy.
Well, I hope it gets fixed before he gets back from Florida.
I'm telling you, my stove's
Oh, no,
going
it's
to
hers now.
outlive me, and my stove's from when they put
That's
the
why.
house in.
Wow.
That's
really?
why.
Or built the house. It's one of the. Well, you've seen it because you helped me, but it's got that old cream porcelain top, right? It's electric with the coils, not
Oh,
the
wow.
flat, right? It's old. It's from like 1980, easy.
Still going.
And I'm telling you, it's clean as a whistle, is it
Yeah.
not? And it works like a charm. And it's not a self-cleaning oven. So last Monday or Tuesday, when I was off for spring break, I went in there and I cleaned it all out. And no, it's Tuesday. And I just like to open it now. It's so clean.
It's just peeks in the oven.
Yeah, you're better off cleaning it yourself then, if that's all the mess that's going to happen. Unless maybe you shouldn't clean a self-cleaning oven. I don't know. I said that, but
I've
No,
used
I always
Willow
clean
on
it.
it. Like,
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Because it gets like the oil. And
I'm waiting for my mom to chime in on that one. Don't clean your self-cleaning oven.
Oh, I always.
Well, I
clean
think
it.
you can as long as you don't use the
Maybe-
chemicals while you're doing the self-clean.
Probably
option.
right, exactly. Yeah,
I-
but that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
use
yeah.
my own little concoction.
Oh, you have your own.
I
concoction
sprayed
for
mine with
cleaning?
Easy Off, like not the
Well, my
aerosol,
oven.
and then I went to I got my stress test done, came back, I let
it
it
was-
air
And then just like wipe it right
Oh.
off.
And
Wow.
for the most part, some of it needed the Brillo, some Brillo
Got it.
action, but
Did
it
you
came
try,
out
like,
really
vinegar
nice.
and baking soda
That's
ever?
what-
That's what you use?
And lemon.
Oh, lemon too. Okay.
And then if you,
You're like fancy.
You make a paste of it?
yeah,
have time
and
for
if
that.
you crinkle up some aluminum foil and use it,
oh yeah, scrubby.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Can't they just sell stuff like that? Why do I have to make a paste? I mean, just make the paste and sell
You know
it.
what though? I mean,
I-
it's not
well,
chemically.
yeah.
Like it's
It's my fruit
Imagine
and
if-
vegetable wash that I make.
imagine
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
fumes that you're breathing in with all the chemicals.
Yeah,
That
that's
can't be
why
good.
they say with Easy Off that you should probably wear a mask and goggles, which I didn't
And
do.
God forbid it gets all
Maybe
your
that's the
skin.
whole reason
We
I have to wear the heart monitor now.
Oh my goodness.
Well, is it any?
That's why I have the heart monitor. It was the Easy Off.
You
from last
sprayed
time.
and had to go for a stress test. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
There's your answer.
That was it.
You have a nightmare appliance story with your refrigerator.
Yeah, so I had my refrigerator replaced a couple months ago, and these guys like jacked up my wall, like big gouge in my kitchen wall, and then it took months for so I did a claim. I thought they were just gonna give me money back on my purchase or whatever.
Right.
No,
They didn't fix it? Nothing to...
Nope. I had to
Fuckers.
submit a claim through their insurance company, and then their insurance company had to go through the delivery people's insurance company, and then I had to give them a quote from someone who would it
That's
was
such a pain
nightmare.
in the ass.
So months later, I finally got a random check in the mail. I was like, okay, but
And was it enough to fix?
so in theory, yes,
Okay.
but my kitchen is painted from when I bought it, so I didn't paint it. So it's not just one wall that needs to be fixed now. The whole kitchen's going to have to be painted.
Correct. Yeah, you're never gonna.
So,
match
I mean,
that
I
up.
think it would mostly cover all of that, but it's just, it's
Yeah.
not
It's annoying.
Yeah.
The whole thing though was a nightmare from the
From
minute
start
you
to
ordered
finish.
it.
Yeah.
Like you ordered it,
Best
but
Buy.
they didn't. It didn't go through, and she didn't. It was like a whole weird situation
Yeah.
that happened.
The credit card, it didn't charge to my credit card. My credit card, I guess, had a fraud alert on it, but never emailed me or
because
texted me
it
to
was
let me
probably
know.
Certain amount or
Yeah.
something.
So then I get a call well, we're not going to deliver this until you pay. And I'm like, what do you mean I paid? I was like, what are you talking about? So I had to go and repay all of it. And then they come in and it's a giant refrigerator. It really is. And I just replaced it exactly with the same size refrigerator. He's like, I don't think we can get this through your door. I'm like, well, they didn't build the house around this
the fridge,
refrigerator.
Well, people are
Gotta
so
get in
stupid. I
here.
can't stand it.
So they were just in it was just very.
I'm really afraid
stressful.
for what it's going to be like when we're older.
I was the one that
'cause
said,
people
"Take the
can't find their
doors
way
off
out of
the
a paper
fridge."
bag.
Yeah, let me
Especially
suggest,
uses
guys. Let me
another
suggest
company,
it,
because
yeah.
we've had issues with
Yeah.
with our dishwasher too. They contract.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, you have to talk to this person. Well, I paid you, so
Right.
figure it out.
And then because the water line to the fridge, they're like, we're technically not allowed to install this because you don't have a water shut off at the connection where the fridge would be.
I
And
would
I'm
have
like,
said my checkbook's got to shut off.
I was like,
fix it.
I was like, well, I just literally went downstairs and shut the water off. I was like,
Seriously.
you can come down.
Not
And I
wrong.
went in the basement and I shut the water off. The valve was literally right underneath, in the basement on the ceiling, right underneath where the fridge was going to be anyway. But their policy is it had to be right
It
there.
had to be right there.
So eventually the guy's like, all right, for you, I'll do it. I was like, yeah.
I would have
Yeah,
said, that's what
thanks.
she said. How'd that work out for
I was
you?
like, literally, all you have to do. I was like, all right, I'll do it.
worked out
It's like
for
that rubber hose. You just have to stick. I'm like, gee. I was like, come on, guys.
Is it a scam? Do they do that so you feel like they're doing you a favor
Yes,
and you give
and you
them a
can,
tip?
tip.
Are they fishing?
There
for
you
a
go,
tip?
back to the tips.
Back to the damn
Oh
tip.
my
Right.
gosh,
It's all
back
a
to show
scam.
one.
It's like a Seinfeld episode.
All
we
a
all
scam.
came,
It is a
came
scam.
full circle.
Everything's a scam. Right? I'm at that age where now I
Yeah.
think everything's a scam.
Yes,
I
you're not
really
wrong.
do. Everything, scam.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, let's get to finally, am I the asshole?
Oh.
Yes, we haven't
had
done it. I wanna
so
know
long
now.
In weeks. So, all right, we have 2 tonight. First of all, I want to know on our group chats that we have, we're Android users, Pat and I.
Right.
So immediately, we are the assholes, apparently.
We
Everybody-
are, because we
everybody
can't hit the
hates us.
love. We can't love somebody's comment.
Tracy
So,
hates
this
that.
is my thing, okay? A group chat, when, I know our little things pop up in green, but when everybody is liking and loving, and it comes up as
Yeah,
a whole
yeah,
new
that-
text.
A whole new
and
text
whole
message.
thing, and my phone is going crazy, and I can't stand it, and then I just tune out and I stop replying altogether.
I just hit mute so that I don't have to
I
hear it come up if it gets out of my nerves.
You lose me
I'm with
there.
you, Jen. I just do not like
As
to
a matter of
participate
fact, I
in group
almost
chats.
missed a
either.
class at work because it came through on a group text.
Oh, really?
And today, somebody asked me, "Are you going to the class on Monday?" I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." She's like, "It's on the text."
I try
I'm
to
like,
avoid group texts at all costs.
Because they don't
know
ever
better.
stop.
But
Yeah.
everybody's got like the family group chat. Like,
Yes.
We all have the family
Yeah.
chat and like the friend chat, and sometimes it's necessary. But that's the question: am I the asshole because I don't like and respond and to all the
No.
every comment?
No.
"Well, if you are, I am."
No.
And
Yeah.
usually I am. So yeah, you are.
Okay. I'm not saying anything.
Well, I mean, in reverse though, sometimes am I the asshole for still doing that, knowing that there's an Android user in the group chat?
Yes, 100%.
Like liking, on an iPhone, you hold it down, you can love it or exclamation,
Right.
or
But
haha.
sometimes it comes
Right.
through that way even on an iPhone.
The whole text.
Yeah, the whole text
Yeah,
will come
'cause
back in a bubble again.
Tracy, I think I've gotten like thumbs up from Tracy or from someone else.
No, we have to
Because
actually put
I
the
have-
emoji.
I have typed.
No,
Tracy
you haven't.
Brannigan.
No, you
likes
didn't.
the- Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
I did that in the beginning because I didn't know why people were retyping liked, and I was like, "What is wrong with
Me
people?"
too. I'm like, is this what we're doing now?
Right.
Okay. Tracy likes this.
Right, and and then I caught on. I'm like, "Oh, it's my phone. All right." And then I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'll just say either like I'll just send a heart emoji or the thumbs up, or sometimes I don't respond."
But why do we feel the need to like the comments? Like it's just.
I guess it's like a
group
Facebook
chat
like.
is enough. Like it's
Yeah,
enough
I
in and
agree.
of its own. Like get to the point. Stop liking and loving and
Every single goddamn
everything
thing.
with the
Right.
yes.
Oh, I
gotcha.
agree.
Can we stop? Can we start a movement to
I,
stop
don't-
that?
I like to do it. It's me acknowledging it, but not having to respond.
I
I
get
do
that.
it all the time.
I do get that.
Right, there is that piece to it. Instead of saying thank you, you can just hit love,
Now-
and that's enough.
That's a legitimate
Right.
point. Now that makes
Yeah.
sense. Now I
It's
get
a good way
it.
to trickle off the conversation nicely.
Right, like if I don't want,
Right.
Okay, we're done with this now.
Instead of the middle finger emoji.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Just
That really should be an option though on the iPhone.
it should.
Like
will
if it's
be.
you have love and the like and the exclamation point, I really think there should be that emoji there. You know,
Like,
F
okay,
you,
it's
I
time
don't
to F
like
off.
that. Right,
usually
an F off
have it
emoji
in there.
No. I mean for the iPhone where you press it, kind of, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
no, I know
Press
what
it
you're
down,
talking
right?
about.
Yeah, it should
Even
be.
though I don't do it, I know what you're talking
I,
about.
I'm
Well, in
really
Messenger,
impressed.
you can use any emoji.
You should be.
If you go, like in Messenger, if you hold it
Because
down,
it takes you
you
a
can do
day
any
and a half to
emoji.
answer a
What about the
text
watch, though?
message.
Like, if I'm responding quickly,
Unless
I
it's a
can't-
TikTok.
Oh, yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
well,
Then I get it.
that settles it. And now I'm
Yeah.
going to respond to the group text message and wean out of the conversation with the K and the middle finger emoji.
Yes,
Can
you can,
please
absolutely.
do it in the work group chat?
I start one tomorrow just so I can respond
I'm in
with
like
that.
6 different work group chats.
But you have to be careful
Wait,
because sometimes
there's
if you're
always
talking about somebody
one
and then you
person
send it to
left
the
off
wrong
of the
thing,
chat
it's not
because
good.
that's who you're talking about. So
happened.
if you're not on the group chat, that's why we're talking about
If
you.
anyone's asking
This is
what group
exactly
chat.
yes. We were talking about you. That's what I just said. And then you got to be careful because then you accidentally send it to the wrong group chat and it was about that person and it's just
Yes.
it's happened.
It's happened where I've been thinking like we're talking like talking about a person, but because they're on my mind, I'll click their name and like by accident like send something to them that I shouldn't have sent to them.
Or did you ever forward a text from the person to somebody else?
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes right back to that, and you're
No,
can you believe this?
Oops.
sorry, hit that by accident.
Supposedly now you can delete a text on our
Yes,
iPhone
you can.
before it goes through.
It
You
tells,
can?
It tells them that you deleted it though.
That's like
Oh.
Facebook where it'll say unsent
Wait,
messages.
is that
Yeah.
true? Like, is that I've heard if you put it in airplane mode, like immediately, or so, I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I think there's an option where you can like hold it down. And
yeah, I never tried it yet because
I mean, here's the thing though. I think that like on some level, just don't be stupid, right? So, but you should absolutely
can't
have to
fix
pay for it now
stupid.
if you send. Right, you can't fix stupid.
Or
but.
have you ever been talking about somebody to
Yes.
someone else and you're like, oh shit,
Is the
serious?
phone on? Yes.
Yes.
Right, like let me make sure they're not on this group chat.
That's an irrational fear that
Actually,
I
I know
have all the
somebody-
time.
Yeah, that they
That
or you
just-
ass dialed them after you just.
No, I know somebody that it happened to and listened to a 6-minute conversation about her.
Was it good though? Was it a good conversation? Well, that's what I mean by a good conversation. Like,
No.
oh man,
It
that
was-
caused a fight.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And-
juicy.
and- yeah.
I need to know the
She was
details after.
very hurt by the conversation.
Of course.
But I said, well, now you know.
Exactly. Now
Right.
you
Were
know
you the
how
one
they
talking?
really feel.
Oh, good.
You know what? I would rather know how they really
was last
feel,
week.
yeah, then blow smoke up my ass when they see me.
I agree.
Absolutely. I'd
I
rather.
kind of have like a weird rule that I'll never say something about someone that I wouldn't say to their face.
Oh yeah, I'd
'Cause
say
they're kinda
anything
like,
to anybody.
you know,
Yep.
That's a good rule.
So if someone
For the
ever came by
most
and said,
part,
"Did you
but-
say that?" Yeah, I did.
For the most
Right.
part, but sometimes I just have to tell my husband something that.
You don't necessarily need to tell that person.
Right.
whatever,
Like I
yeah.
need to say it out loud and then it's
Yeah, but
done.
that's the different. I think that's different though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm always afraid Siri the bitch
Picked
is
it up,
gonna-
right?
Okay,
Good
well,
Siri the
A
bitch.
husband-wife conversation is a little different than like with your friends.
Right.
Like,
No, oh
right.
yeah,
Or
no,
work
but like I'll be
people.
talking and I'm like, oh, did
Well,
Siri just
so-
hear that name and call or you know?
Have you ever
like-
had the issue with the like? I think my hand is bent the wrong way. It holds
held-
down
like,
this,
yeah.
and then Siri starts typing.
Yes.
And I'm like, ah.
Don't send. Do not send.
I have sent messages to people that are like literally, it could be like 5 paragraphs of just gibberish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sorry, but like none of it makes sense. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're only
I've
picking
sent it
up
too.
certain
I've
words.
actually answered people that text me through my watch, like when I'm working or something, and I just hit a weird button, and
Yeah.
they're like,
What?
What?
And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, that was
That
the
was
watch.
the watch, right?
I butt dialed somebody today. I was leaving school for a meeting, and I threw my phone in my purse, and I hear this ringing. I'm like, what? And it was my girlfriend that I work with. It was her husband. I never ever call him ever. Like I can't even think of the last
Yeah,
time I
that's
called him.
random.
So I quickly hung up. And then I said, sorry, I butt dialed you. He goes, you scared the shit out of me. Because I guess he thought, like,
Right.
hey, if I'm
Yeah,
calling,
something
something must
happened.
have
Oh, my
happened. I was like,
goodness.
no,
I can't
I
tell
just.
you how many butt
no idea what
dials
happened.
I get because of my last name, A-N. I guess I'm first in a lot of people's contacts.
Oh.
My husband and I both get so many butt dials.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, wait, he saved my phone as Leonard James. How it got all the way to the L's, I don't know.
That's funny.
How it opened up to that, I really don't. Like, I just threw I have no idea.
My husband is
I did too. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, how is
No.
Leonard
Today,
James?
no. Sorry, I took the conversation sideways. Sorry about that. That's all right. Yeah,
What
so
else
I don't
is
even know
new?
how it happened.
Guess
I
what time it
don't
is?
even know. Time to go, I think.
It's time to wrap it up, guys.
Oh, boo.
We only did one.
I know.
No,
At
maybe
least
we
got
could
to
do
one.
2 next
we
week.
finally
Although I
got
don't think
to
I'm here
it.
next week.
We'll have to do another Am I the Asshole next week.
You can
Yes,
use mine.
good stuff. We will. We'll use yours. Call in or comment on the YouTube. But thank you, Diana,
Thank
Next
you.
Step Fitness, for coming in tonight. Girls, good to have you back. Welcome back.
Lots of fun. I didn't forget tonight.
We're
was a
glad.
great
We're glad you
time.
made it.
I literally was in my pajamas on the couch.
Passed out.
Guys, again, like, subscribe, follow, share, all the stuff, comment, interact. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Based, though, on what you were just saying about how you get butt dialed all the time,